Hello and welcome back to the Geordie Pig Investor channel. A lot of you have been asking for more educational style content, so today I'm going to walk you through exactly how I pick individual stocks. If you do enjoy this educational style content, then please smash that like button, because if this video reaches over 100 likes, I'll continue to try and help as many investors as possible. You can also let me know by leaving a comment in the comment section down below. If you're serious about stock picking, you can't rely on hype, gut feeling, or random YouTube videos. That's not a strategy, that's gambling. Successful investing comes down to two key things. The first one is knowing exactly what you're looking for, and the second is having a fast, reliable, and easy to access database to find it. Because the truth is, most investors don't fail because they're bad at investing, they fail because they're working with bad or incomplete information. Today I'm going to walk you through exactly how I personally research and select individual stocks using Insight Analytics, and why I genuinely believe it's one of the best value tools available right now, especially when you consider how affordable it is. Let's start off by taking a look at what I think are the most important questions to ask yourself when you're researching individual stocks. The first one being, is this a good business? When I'm asking if a company is a good business, I'm really asking a few deeper questions. Does this company solve a real problem? Do people genuinely need what it offers? And does it have something that gives it an edge over competitors? Because if a business doesn't really have a strong underlying story, then nothing else really matters. For today's example, I'm going to use Netflix, and for the purpose of today's video, I'm going to stick with this stock all the way through so you can see exactly how my process works. The first place I go is the company overview. This gives me a quick, high-level overview of what Netflix actually does, how it generates revenue, and the market it operates in. Now, with a company like Netflix, you might think that's pretty straightforward, but you'd be pretty surprised how often the companies you think you understand are actually very different beneath the surface. Take PepsiCo as a quick example. Most people hear Pepsi and immediately think of the drink. And while that's not technically wrong, it's also not the full picture. PepsiCo actually operates across 7 major business segments and owns over 500 different brands. So you're not just investing in a soda company, you're investing in a massive, diversified global food and beverage business. And what I'm personally looking for is a simple, understandable business model. In Netflix's case, it's a subscription-based streaming service, which is great because it's recurring revenue, which is very predictable. And one of my favourite starting points when analysing a stock on Insight Analytics is their AI analysis. This helps to break down the company into plain English. Here we can see a company overview which touches on all the most important up-to-date information on the company. We also have a section that shows us the company's latest milestones, but just as importantly, it highlights the key concerns as well, so we get both sides of the story and can start forming a balanced view of how the business is really shaping up. Next, we can look at the competitive differentiation, which is a feature I absolutely love. This really helps us understand why a company stands out in its industry and what gives it an edge over competitors. After that, we get a stock performance analysis alongside analyst grades, which give us additional context on how the market is currently viewing the business. When I'm reviewing this, I'm looking for things like strong brand power, scale advantages, and real barriers to entry. Take Netflix for example. It has global brand recognition, a massive content library, and powerful data advantages when it comes to understanding viewer behaviour. Those are serious competitive strengths. That tells me this is a real business with a real moat, and with this recent dip in share price that we can see with Netflix, I think it's a great company that is currently undervalued, so it could present a compelling opportunity. So I think it's really important to understand the company you're investing into. If you can't clearly explain what the company does and why it's valuable, then you shouldn't be investing into it. And for me, as I've shown, Netflix passes this first test. The next question you need to ask yourself when picking a stock is it financially strong? A great story isn't enough. A company can have a great product but still be a terrible investment if its finances are weak. So next, I want to see whether the business is actually healthy. On Insight Analytics, they have a financial section, which means we can run through multiple different metrics. The first thing I look at is revenue growth. I want to see if the company is consistently bringing in more money over time. With Netflix, we can clearly see strong long-term revenue growth. In fact, this chart is about as good as it gets. Even as the company began to mature in around 2020 to 2021, it has continued to accelerate revenue growth, and we can see their 10-year CAGR is a massive 20.9%. Another feature that I really like on Insight Analytics is the ability to switch the chart view from annual to quarterly. That can be incredibly useful if you want a more detailed and up-to-date picture of performance, especially when you're analysing recent trends or potential changes in momentum. And this feature is actually available on all of the financial charts. Next, I look at cash position and free cash flow. I'm not as concerned with these numbers compared to, say, revenue, net income, or earnings per share, but I'd always still prefer to see a growing cash position in a healthy FCF because it shows whether a company is actually generating cash after expenses. If it has positive and growing free cash flow, then it gives the business flexibility to invest, reduce debt, buy back shares, or even return money to shareholders. And I also need to remember that this video is not a Netflix stock analysis video, but more so talking you through my thought process when analysing different stocks, so I'll not get too carried away going through all the financial metrics, as I'm sure you're getting the gist. And as we can see on Insight Analytics, you can also see the EPS chart, EB to IDTA growth, and their net income. From what I've seen here, Netflix is showing really solid financial strength overall, so it definitely passes step 2. The next question you need to ask yourself is it reasonably valued? Even an amazing company can be a bad investment if you massively overpay. So once I like the look of a business and the financials, I then move to looking at their valuation. Here I like to look at things like analyst price targets, valuation ratios, and how the stock compares to its historical averages. This gives me an idea of what professional analysts believe the company might be worth, and it allows me to compare my own valuations against theirs to see whether I'm broadly aligned or completely off the mark. There is a feature on here called projections where you can actually plug in your own numbers so you can adjust the revenue growth, net income margin, and PE ratios to come out with your own predicted share price. Earlier, we saw the AI feature pulled in a few analyst ratings for us, but in the valuation section, we get a much deeper breakdown with a total of 97 analyst ratings, giving us a far broader and more representative sample size. From that, we can see that we have only 6 out of the 97 as sell ratings, and over 60% of them are recommending Netflix as a buy right now. This is then further backed up by their 12-month Wall Street estimate price targets. As we can see, even on their low target, they believe they could see a minimum upside of 24% over this period, which further backs up my current thoughts on the company. And it's important to remember that I'm not trying to find the cheapest stock in the market. I just want to know, am I paying a fair price for the growth I'm getting? And can I see myself buying and holding this stock for at least 5 years? If a stock looks overpriced, I don't chase it. I either wait for a pullback or add it to my watch list. Valuations keep me disciplined. And the final main question I like to ask myself is, has anything changed the story? This is where a lot of investors get caught out. A company can look great on paper, but one major development can completely change the investment case. So this is why I find it so important to make sure that your stock portfolio is a manageable size so that you can keep up to date with all the latest news on all of your different holdings within your personal portfolio. And for me, this same thing applies for stocks that I might potentially be adding to the portfolio, as I always want to check what's been happening recently. And with Insight's news feature, it shows all of the most recent news for you in one place. It also highlights any recent news or earnings calls over on the AI analysis. This is incredibly useful, as instead of listening to an hour-long earnings call, you can just read the key takeaways in seconds on here. And some of the main things that I would recommend looking out for are guidance changes, management confidence, and new risks or opportunities. Interestingly, they actually do have a little bit of a red flag on one of these, so let's take a deeper dive into that. And that red flag comes with management confidence, as one way to check on this is to see insider buying or selling. With this feature, we can see that if the managing directors and CEOs are buying or selling the stock. For me, I like to see people within the company buying more shares, as this highlights they are confident in the company. But as we can see on screen, recently, just last week, there has been 4 different people within Netflix selling large amounts of shares, and this could sound alarm bells. Right now, I wouldn't say it's a major cause for concern, but it's definitely something that I'd want to monitor closely. So when taking this into consideration, overall I still feel like Netflix's story still looks intact, so it does pass step 4. So here's a recap of the 4-step process. Is it a good business? Is it financially strong? Is it reasonably valued? And has anything changed the story? Insight Analytics lets me answer all of these questions in one place using real data in just a few minutes. And the best part is how accessible it is. Not that long ago, tools with this level of data and analytics were locked behind platforms that cost hundreds or even thousands per month. That basically shut out regular investors. Now you can get deep financial data, AI-powered research, analyst insights and earnings summaries at a very reasonable price. And if you do want to try it for yourself, I've got a unique link in the description down below that gives you a 7-day free trial, and I've actually got an additional 20% off for a limited time. So if you're thinking about upgrading your research tools, now is honestly the best time to check it out. So once I've gone through all 4 of those questions, this is what my actual decision-making process looks like in practice. I'm basically running a simple checklist in my head. Do the financials look strong? Is revenue growing? Are margins healthy? Is cash flow positive? Does the valuation make sense for the growth I'm getting? And am I paying a fair price, or am I massively overpaying? Does the AI analysis confirm that this is a high quality business with a clear competitive advantage? Is recent news supportive, or at least not raising any major red flags? And does management sound confident about the future based on the latest earnings call? If I can honestly answer yes to all of those, the stock will either go straight onto my watch list, or I'll start a small position and build it up over time. Nothing fancy, no prediction of tomorrow's price, just a repeatable, data-driven process. And the reason I like Insight Analytics so much is because it lets me run this entire checklist in one place and in just a few minutes. At the end of the day, successful stock picking isn't about being the smartest person in the room, it's about having a simple, repeatable process and reliable information you can trust. If you found this breakdown useful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more investing videos. If you enjoy this educational type of content, then please let me know in the comments, as I'll be happy to make more content to help educate more investors out there. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep compounding and stay patient, because your future self will thank you. For now, this is the Geordie Pig Investor, over and out. Have you ever wondered how someone can start investing from absolutely nothing? In this series, I'm building a portfolio from zero, step by step, and showing exactly what works and what doesn't. Click the screen now to follow along on this journey.